Good morning everyone, Glenda Mollett here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today with one of the March 2020 monthly stamping club cards. And this one I cased right out of the catalog. Sometimes when you have creator's block, all you have to do is open up a Stampin' Up catalog and there you go, inspiration everywhere. So I'll put the recipe on the screen, wherever the screen goes. Uh-oh. Where did the screen go? Okay, the screen went blank for some reason, and I'm really sorry. I have no idea why it did that. Anyways, there's the recipe. Just let me make sure I'm oriented properly before we get started. This card uses the Little Ladybug stamp set. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so put it over there. Our card kit consists of the envelope, the thick Whisper White card base, 2 pieces of 5 1/4, oh wait, 3 pieces of 5 1/4 by 4 cardstock, piece of the Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper, and 18 inches of white baker's twine. So put this all to the side, and we need 3 of these because one is on the inside, one is on the outside, embossed with the layered leaves embossing folder. It's a golden oldie, but I love it. And one to do all your pieces on. Okay, so we're also going to use some red rhinestones. So these come in a package and they're all red. So let me get rid of some of this mess. So there you go. So we're going to use those as highlights on the card. The layered leaves embossing folder, and I've had this one a long time. And the Little Ladybug stamp set, which is the Celebration 2020 host set that you can get for free with a host order or a personal order. And you still have a few weeks left to get this. So if you don't have it and you want to know how to get it, just send me an email or a message and I'll help you. So then you can also purchase the Ladybug dies to go with it. And I'm going to use these 2. One that cuts out this ladybug and one cuts out the flower. There's also one that cuts out just the flower. This one is the flower and the stem. And then there's the other ladybugs and some grass and leaves. And yeah, lots of cool stuff. Okay. Oh, I did forget to get my proper platform to do the embossing. And I'll do that first while I think of it. I'm reading my die cutting machine here. Okay, here's the embossing folder. And we need one of the designer paper, 5 1/4 by 4 pieces. And then just slip it in the embossing folder and goes through the die cutting machine. Nice and slow so you give it time to work and meditate. Let's get that out of the way because I don't need that anymore. And there we are. Look at that. This was one of the first dynamic ones they brought out. And holy man, after all these years, it still has it still impresses me every time I use it because I like it. Okay, so while I'm here, I'm just going to put this right onto the card base and then it'll be out of the way. Using my tear and tape to do that. I see my roll is running out. Time to get a new roll out of the cupboard. I purchase my adhesives in bulk, at least 5 at a time. That way I don't run out. And then before I hit the last one in my cupboard, I order more. Ouch. I think I started doing the wrong corners of these. Which, it's not wrong, it's just different, and you know me and my OCD-ness. See? Now I got it going the wrong way. Oh well. Now, pick which way you like best for the embossing. It doesn't, I don't think it really matters. They're both, I think they're both the same. And line it up. Gently pull out the rabbit ears. There we go. Yay, it worked. Okay, now that can go to the side because I don't need that again right away. Might as well stamp the happy birthday, oops, right now. And this is where you pray that you got it on there straight. There we are. Yay! Okay. So just going to flag the end while it's here. Then I can put that in my finished pile. So there you go. That's ready to go. So I'll put that over there. Get rid of the garbage. Now we need to stamp some stuff. We need 2 flowers, including the stems. And when it's a big stamp like this, don't forget upside down and put the ink onto the stamp instead of the stamp onto the ink. It just works better. You get more control and less likely that you're going to get your ink, your block covered in ink. There's one. And remember, it's memento, so a little tap and twist. Tap and twist. Okay. Rub that one to transfer the ink. We're done with that stamp. Now we get the flying ladybug. And I chose to use the flying ladybug, but you don't have to. They'll all be on the table. You can use whichever ladybug you like. There we are. Done with that one. Now the inside has the other ladybug holding a flower and then all her little chidlets. Aren't they cute? I just love it because they look like they're having so much fun. So just stamp, and I'm going to do the envelope too while I'm at it. And now get my spare paper, because when I stamp all the little ladybuglets, they tend to go off the edge because it's all one stamp. And you have to stamp, well, you don't have to stamp. I choose to stamp more than once, because the more little ladybugs, the cuter it is. And you don't want to, see? Look at that. That's so cute. I know. My world. There we are. And I believe that's it for stamping. We'll get the stuff out of the way. Put that off to the side. Put that off to the side. We're going to do some die cutting. Get my magnetic platform here. Check for a bow in the middle. Flip it over. Okay, so this one. And if you want to do an other than the flying ladybug, there's also dies for all of them too. Oops. Okay, that was bad. I'm just taking my time lining this up so that it's, look at the stem and then I look at the top to make sure it's all lined up. Now we'll just run that through and cut them out. So we're done with the ladybug. Put that away. And now we just need to die cut the other flower. There we are. It's all the die cutting done. Now, some coloring. First of all, make sure all the little pieces are out. So on this one, in the catalog, they had some gray or something on the lines of the flower, but I'm not going to do anything on the flowers because you don't always have to color the flowers. So I'm choosing to just color the center part of the flowers, and then I'll add some Winky over top. But you guys, oh, and I did the stems too, but you guys can do whatever you want on them. I'll have all my blends out so you can use them, whatever ones you want. And I'm going to do a little bit of shading on the leaves. Give them a bit of depth. And that was light old olive, and this is dark old olive. So I'm just going to do and then underneath the flower where the shadow would be, and up from the bottom. And then just go over top it again to blend it all in. Okay, that didn't take long. And the stem flowers on the other one. I like this stamp set for coloring because you can do as much or as little shading as you want. You don't even have to do any shading if you don't want to. I know there are people out there that aren't into coloring, and that's fine. Not everybody likes coloring. There we are. Flowers are done, except for the Winkostella. I'll just do it while I think about it. And then, if you want, you can do this too, and just put a little bit of Winkostella on the flowers to give them a little bit of accent. Or you don't have to. There we are. Flowers done. Dum diddle dum dum. Now, this one, when I colored this ladybug, I chose to do all her little black bits in the basic black, or yeah, the basic black dark Stampin' Blends. This one, I'm going to do, let's see, what shall I do? Shall we do light, or shall we just leave them the way they are? Let's see. Maybe I'll do them light for the one on the front, and then on the inside I'll leave them plain. This is a little more time consuming, coloring the ladybugs, because you have to go around the dots, unless you want to color right over top of them, and that would be up to you. Now, I did this in black. I'm going to do this one in red so you can see the difference. I don't know what color ladybugs are underneath there. I'm having a feeling that they're black. And then ivory for face, tummy, and arms and legs. Who knew ladybugs had arms and legs? Oh, I didn't do the tummy, but I will, because then you can see the difference between coloring it and not coloring it. I like to give you options. It's like my exercise. When I go to exercises, Nomi always says, you have options. It's your body, you know your limitations. In this case, it's your card and you know what you want. There. Now let me get my light basic black and I'll do the dots in light basic black on this one. And I know it's hard to wrap your mind around to have a light black because black is black, right? But it just means that the color's not so intense and it allows some of the stamping to show through. There we are. It's not as black as the black. So there's the one done in the dark black and there's the one done in the light black. So you see the dots through there, but you don't see them through there. Okay, so that's that done. Now, do our inside in our envelope. And remember, on envelopes, you don't want to get too much ink, so be sparing with the ink. So the weather here right now is rainy. We had rain all night. Not heavy rain. It was more like a spring rain. The spring is coming. There's buds everywhere out there. The lid's off the trailer so we can start getting it ready for camping because 3 weeks tomorrow we're off to Tofino. And I can't believe it. I emailed or did the online registration for our camping spot, and we couldn't get our normal campsite. Apparently they're busy out there this year. Who knew? If somebody had told me 10 years ago that we would be fighting for a camp spot in Tofino for March, I would have told them they were full of hoo-hoo. There was no way it was going to get that busy. Oh, well, it is. So this year, we're going to book for next year before we leave. Then if we have to change dates, we will, but at least we'll have our spot. And the reason we like that specific spot is because on one side there's a roadway, and on the other side, they usually don't have anybody in that spot because it's kind of built backwards. The services are on the wrong side, so they can only put motorhomes there, and small motorhomes at that. And usually the motorhomes like to go on the other side so they have an ocean view. Okay. So we'll see. It's not that it's a bad site, because this one overlooks the ocean, so we'll have a really good view out the back end of our trailer, but it's not the point. The point is we've been in the same spot now for about 6 years, 6 or 7 years. And you know how you get attached to something and you think it's mine? How dare they rent my spot out? Okay. Is the black done? Oh. A little bit on the face. appendages. And I'm not going to do the little baby ones. However, you can if you want. I didn't do that piece there. I'm wondering what color I should do that. Is it red or is it black? What did I do on the inside? I did it black on the inside. So I think I'll do it red here so that you can see that I have to do the flower too. Nice bright cheery flower. And this is Dark Daffodil Delight. And the red do here. I guess this summer I'm going to have to find a ladybug and study it to see what color it is underneath the wings. I'm thinking black, but I don't know. Okay, that's the envelope done. This is the inside piece. So we're going to put that right in right now while I think about it. Well, after I finish this, then I have to send out the links to everybody, and then I'm going out to the trailer to see how things progressed over the winter. Start making a list, stuff we have to put back in. The bed made up. All right, there it is. Come on. Oops, come back over here. There we go. That's that done. Now, I have to do the string around the designer paper before I put it on, and it goes on flat onto the card front. So I'm just putting a couple of strips of tape on here to hold, because I don't want to tie it till I get it onto the card, because it's just a lot easier to tie it once it's on. So I need this side being a little bit longer. Oops. See, sticky, sticky. Wait, I'm going to get my... There it is. One of my silicone mats so it doesn't stick to the paper now. Because nothing sticks to this thing. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that I've got enough each way. So while I'm here and I've got it half done, I'm just going to tie the knot. Because I find when I'm doing bows on things that if you tie a knot first and then tie the bow afterwards, it's a lot easier. Of course, it helps if your fingers are working too. Alright, so just there, and then I'm going to pull the tails out sideways. Alright. Now when you put your adhesive on, go right over top of that string so that it doesn't move anywhere. There we go. Okay, this, I have to pull up the liner here. Come on. For the other side. this one's a bit long, so I'm just going to fold it back. All right, card front. I kind of want to put this right in the center. Or you could put it off to the side. It's up to you. Make sure it's straight. Now I can finish tying the bow. Yeah. There we go. Now you get it to the point where you have it looking the way you want it to look. And then see how that one's twisting over? I hold it flat and then pull the tail. And then once I get them both laying flat, then I pull them out a bit and give them a good tug. There we are. So you can put a glue dot underneath that too if you want. Okay, dimensionals. So this is one is going to be like that, and one is going to be like that. So this just sits under there, or over top, doesn't matter. Oh, I might not have left enough room for the happy birthday. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it should have been up higher. Oh well. Tell me. So one's going to go here. One's going to go here, just down a little bit further, and then the flying ladybug is going to be up there. So I just have to put dimensionals on these now. One there, and then I'm going to cut a strip for the stem because I don't want the stem to be flying around. I want it to be fastened down. Now, when I did her, I believe, yeah, see, I doubled the dimensionals under her wings because I didn't want her to be sitting on the flower. I wanted her to be up above the flower. So the flowers are already popped up, so that's one layer of dimensional. And then you just layer another dimensional on top, and that allows you to have more depth for the parts that are off the top edge there. So there's one height of dimensionals here and two here. Now, go just, yeah. Okay, one flower. Oh, I didn't do the strip like I said I was going to do. Oh, foo. Come on, get off my fingers. Okay. This is just so the stems will stay down and not get caught on anything or pop off, get twisted. Of course, it helps if you're agile. And apparently this morning I'm having agility issues. There, okay. It's that one. Just take that final liner off and move the bow out of the way. I'm going to put that up right about there. That's not where I wanted it. Too bad. That's where it's going now. All right. Oops. Scissors keep catching on my shirt. Right, now the other one, I'm going to bring it down, angle it a little bit. Oh. Underneath. Yeah, so I just slipped it underneath that one. And then we're going to put the ladybug right there so that it looks like she's flying around and not sitting on that flower. Right there. And put dimensionals on the sentiment. And I've just taken the liners off. I put them right into the garbage because otherwise they show up everywhere. Okay, let's move my ribbon out of the way. And I'm going to go off this edge right over top of that stem like that. Put the ribbon back in there. Grab my ribbon scissors. Uh-oh. Holy man, I wonder what all those stars and stuff are that are falling from the sky. I must have hit something when I... Oh, I hope it didn't... I hope you can still watch the video. That's weird. There we are. Now, Wink of Stella onto the ladybug wings. Because why not? There we are. We're done. Hey, there's the cute little envelope with all the roly-poly ladybugs and our 2 cards. This one I did not put Wink of Stella on. This one I used a bunch of Wink of Stella. Look at it. Look at the difference. But not everybody's into bling. I am. Oh, you know what we forgot to put on? The red rhinestones. There is bling on here. There's just not as much. So 1, 2, 3 is what I used. Just get my pokey tool. Put one here. One here. And I think I'll put one right there. There we go. Now it's finished. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I'm sorry that there was things falling from the sky. I don't know what that was all about. So, thanks for joining me in my craft room today. I'm so happy that you did. If you're catching this in a year from now when I make it public, thanks for watching. And for current club members, I'll see you on March the 4th. March the 4th? Is it the 4th? February, March. Yep, Wednesday, March the 4th for our next club stamping date. Stamp and smiles and bye for now.